Guys, Chris Lynton here from TribeFit, and I've got a very, very special guest with me today, Rhys Mildren. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Chris. How you going, mate? Cheers for having me on.
Really good, mate. Really good. And Rhys, just in case, no doubt millions of people around the world have seen your stuff and loving your stuff at the moment, mate. But just in case someone's watching who hasn't seen anything from yourself at the moment, could you tell us a little bit? Where you're from, what you do, what your niche is, and how you help people.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been a face-to-face personal trainer for the last nearly sneaking up to 5 years now. I've got a pretty, successful studio sort of based in Albury-Wodonga, just on the border there in New South Wales and Victoria. So we're sort of out in the sticks a little bit, but it's a good regional city, good regional hub. I've wanted to now take my business into the online space just to add that flexibility. My partner and I would love to travel, so I want to be able to get that income stream going and be able to work online and still help people, as many people as I can on a broader scale, while having the freedom of doing the things that I want to do. So basically just lifestyle design and. I'm really enjoying the program. It's been really good.
Beautiful, mate. And in terms of travel, have you got what's on the bucket list? What, as soon as you're purely online and ready to take off, what's the goal?
Well, mate, it would have to be decking out a combi van and then packing up all our gear and heading off around Australia with our dog.
Beautiful, mate. Sounds awesome. Cool. Well, today, mate, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for giving your time for the interview. But today, we were hoping just to focus on guys. Like I said, if you haven't seen what Rhys does, he's doing some phenomenal content. And I asked if Rhys would be happy to jump on board and give a bit of tip, a bit of info, a little bit of background on what he does, how he does it, and maybe there might be some tips and tricks that you could take to improve your content production, content development, and engagement and building of an audience through content marketing. So, Rhys, I'll ask a pretty open-ended question to start with. How do you go about creating ideas for your posts, for your videos, etc.?
Yeah, cool. Well, obviously, knowing who you want to talk to is number one, sort of, having that client avatar, and that helps eliminate, a heap of confusion on where to focus on with your blogging. So, if your focus is on mums, who are looking to lose 5 kilos post-baby, probably doing a blog about, how to build a killer chest, or smash your bench press plateau in the gym probably isn't going to be the best content. Like, that would be more targeted towards bodybuilders or guys wanting to get in shape. So knowing your niche is definitely number one. And then what I do is that once I know that my message is fairly repetitive, to be honest. Like, it's not, because we've got to think that the people that we're talking to, they're very busy, they've got their own lifestyles, and if you're banging out the same message, you're going to vibe with them and where they want to go. Because if you're sending out all these different types of messages, they're going to get confused and they're not really going to engage properly, because you only get them for that 1-2 minutes a day. So you've got to make sure that the content bangs pretty much what your message is and what's authentic to you. And if the person on the other end is vibing with that, then that's the type of person that you want to work with. Because in my eyes, I don't want to attract the wrong type of people to work with. I'm all about quality over quantity. I don't see a client for 12 weeks. I want to work with someone 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and really take them on a journey with them. Because, from past experiences from face to face, if you're taking on the wrong type of client that just doesn't attract with you, that doesn't gel with you, that's just not your type of client that you gel with, it's setting things up for failure, pretty much. Like, for both yourself and the client, you're always going to be frustrated, and usually the relationship isn't that great, and it'll eventually break down. So I'm very clear with my message and what I stand for. And to be honest, mate, I don't read that many other blogs or anything of what other trainers do, because once again, it sort of falls into the category of, if I'm nuts or reading that too much, then my message might be and then I'll lose my.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. No, I think you hit the nail on the head. You need to know who you're talking to. That's by far the most critical. If you're just spraying out messages, like you said, you might be doing great content, but if you're talking to this audience and that audience and that audience, you're just going to lose people. And then secondly, the consistency. You're right. Is once again, nail on the head. Everyone thinks that if they put out a post, everyone that follows them is going to see that and read it and whatever it might be. And the fact is, with algorithms, with busy days, busy lifestyles, only a portion of the people, your audience, outside of your audience, are actually going to see that. If they vibe with it, fantastic. But it doesn't mean that everyone's seen it. And if it's great content and it's really helping them, then, as you said, obviously not just cutting and pasting the same stuff, but kind of running the same themes and just hitting it from different angles. You know that they're on point. You know that what you're talking about is what they need to help them, but you can just hit it at different angles. And mate, I love it. So in terms of content, so do you develop it day to day, or do you do like a weekly block, or how do you kind of plan your content out?
I'll sort of sit down and start the week. I'll go through the spreadsheet that you guys gave us in our module, and I'll simply whatever program at that time. So I have say just for the online coaching, I do face to face mine. So I'm stories that from my own to stamp my priority for that person. Use a testimonial and just alternate between teaching us. It's pretty simple. That's it. And I just use the same template each time. Attention grabbing headline. I put the problem out there. That's the next part. Then I stamp down my authority so that the person knows that, I have the right to be speaking on this topic. Then I'll come up with a solution, and then give some empowerment at the end. And another tip that I've probably learned from experience and just from, seeing content put out on Facebook is get the message across the best you can with as least words as possible. I think now, we're so overwhelmed with content from Facebook and Instagram. You see an awesome photo, and then there'll be like a bit of a headline, and then you'll click on see more, and then it's just like, you're just like, stuff that, I don't have time. So you want to be able to grab their attention and not be basically blabbing out too much. You want to be able to refine until it's you're hitting the message, but it's in as least words as possible.
Yeah, love it, man. You pretty much hit the skeleton bones of any good piece of content. Get their attention, talk about the problem, authority, solution, and then if you do have an offer at the end, a call to action, somewhere where you want them to go to get the solution. If you follow that, your content will always rock. And exactly as you said, the waffling, just adding in stuff that's not really on point. People want to get, it's about them. At the end of the day, it's about them. You're trying to help people. And if you're clear and concise and on point, and not talking about, the weather that day or whatever it is, people are going to love your stuff. So, man, in terms of your video, so mate, you do some awesome video stuff. What software do you use? What do you shoot it on?
Oh, mate, I basically use my iPhone. So for like the videos that I'm in the kitchen, the camera quality from as simply as using your iPhone is ridiculous now. So, and also I went just to JB Hi-Fi, get yourself a camera stand, and then it has the iPhone attachment where you can just pop your phone in and you can set it up. You can take awesome, photos of you in the gym or, training clients, whatever it may be, and just sort of use that. What else do I use? Oh, the GoPro apps are really great for quick editing. So I use Splice and Quick. So they're GoPro apps. You can get them from the App Store. Really super simple stuff, and that's all I use for that, because you want to be able to create really good content, but you don't want to be spending sort of days and days editing and stuff like that. So for my face-to-face promotion, sort of like of programs that I run in my gym, I'll use a videographer for that, and then just with the what we learned through our modules, just putting ads on repeat, and I'll just get those all set up, and then I'll just let those roll all year round.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. So just to confirm, iPhone, totally agree. Everyone thinks they need to get this, Steven Spielberg quality camera or whatever it might be, but iPhones rock.
Yeah.
Even the big guys, like even guys that are shooting for massive brands are using their phones a lot these days. And editing wise, you use the GoPro apps to edit stuff you shoot from your phone. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Right. Mate, awesome. I love it. And you hit the nail on the head once again. If you're creating consistent content, it's about making it good quality, but making it easy and making it cheap. If you feel like every post you put out, it costs you $500 to produce and get someone to shoot for you, you ain't going to put out much content. I love it. Cool. All right. Any other tips that someone that might be struggling with their content marketing, engaging people, getting stuff out there? Any other tips that you could give people around that?
Yeah, I think when I'm feeling stuck the most, it's probably because I'm either going to be comparing myself to what someone else is doing, because as a PT, we all go through cycles of when we're feeling awesome and we're feeling like shit. When we're feeling awesome, it's just part of the game. So I think when you're like really stamped down what you believe in, what is your message, be very authentic, be competent and confident in what you're doing. And if you can stick to those principles, then sort of work off your client avatar, their pains and their gains. If you just use those things together, you're going to come out with pretty good content.
Yeah, beautiful, man. And you're spot on. Being yourself, being authentic. There's nothing more difficult than trying to be a fake person and pretend to be someone else. That you're just more energy, more time, more stress trying to do that. So be yourself, and as you said, if people vibe with you and your personality and what you're about, they're the people you want to draw towards you. In the online world, there's millions and millions of people. You only need a handful to be your clients to be a successful online trainer. Yeah. If you like to have a laugh and take the piss out of yourself a bit, or you're super serious or a bit geeky or whatever it might be, like just enjoy, celebrate who you are, and you'll draw like people towards you. So, mate, that's awesome. Lots of people always, like you said, compare themselves to what's out there and feel like they have to, as soon as the camera's on, put on this fake kind of personality and vibe, and that's where you kind of go wrong.
I think people are over that sort of really strict, straight, person, selling rigid shit. Like I think they like a bit of swearing, a bit of charisma. It just shows that they're a real person, because they're sick of seeing, fake, real hard salesy pictures and stuff like that. So as you said, I think that's part of the challenge, is connecting like you would to someone who you're having coffee with, like a potential client that you're having coffee with at a cafe. Is you've got to get across that same vibe and charisma in the online space. And I think that's probably going to be the biggest challenge, where you know, a lot of people do really well and a lot of people can't quite nail it. So I think working on being yourself and attracting the right client to you is got to be the go-to.
Beautiful, mate. Absolute legend. Heaps of gold nuggets in there. One last question to wrap up, and you kind of hit on it before, but maybe just to, for anyone listening, if they need some clarification. So, writer's block. What's your number one tip for when you've got writer's block?
Oh, I'll probably leave it, to be honest. Leave it. Don't try and force it. Usually with my content, because I sort of sit down and do it in 1 or 2 days at the start of the week, I'll have a few things on the go. So, you know, I wouldn't sit there trying to force the issue. I'd get up, you know, go make a coffee. Coffee makes the world go around, man. And that puts you, yeah. And look, even just, you know, taking your dog for a walk, going for a walk yourself, going to the gym and training, and you'll be like mid-set, and then you'll be like, bang, I've got this like wicked idea, or you know, it might even take you somewhere else, because you know, another great mentor of mine once told me that whatever content you're putting out there, pretend someone is paying you to write it. So you want to give it the time and respect, but obviously not overthinking it. That's why I have a few things on the go, because you want to get content out. But if you're fully stuck on something, I would just sort of put it down for 5 or 10 minutes, and sort of you'll have that spark that'll like sit in the subconscious, and it will come to you.
Beautiful, mate. Well, appreciate your time, Rhys. You're a legend, mate. Anyone that hasn't seen Rhys' stuff, check it out. What's your Facebook page? What's your group? Give it a little plug.
Yeah, so like obviously my personal profile, Rhys Mildren. Then my business Facebook is Sweat to Shred Fitness. So sweat with a number 2, Shred Fitness. And then my group is Team Sweat to Shred. Beautiful.
Well, guys, check it out. If you want any pointers, any ideas, any visual sort of inspiration, check out what Rhys is doing. He's smashing it with his content, and hopefully, no doubt, some of the tips you've gone through, mate, has definitely helped a lot of people to know this area of online business is somewhere where people can overthink it and get stuck a bit. So, mate, appreciate your time. And buddy, have an awesome day, and no doubt we'll be speaking soon.
Yeah, mate. Cheers for having me. It's really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
See you, man.